and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome in to the Big J and BB Show, presented to you by the Amalgamation Nation Podcast Network, your source for gaming, sports, anime news, and so much more. As always, I am the anime watching booty knife gang repping John Cena's bestie, Swole Team 6-member Shaq Daddy Ryan Green Machine Ebner, aka BB, and joining me, the better half, the other half. He is Joey Real Talk Catrano, a.k.a. Big J. Joey, how are you, sir?
Hello, I'm doing good.
Ooh, surviving out there in this swamp ass of a country we have currently because it's so hot.
Oh yeah. Yeah, just melting. Go outside to get the mail and almost have a heat stroke. It's amazing.
I love it, dude. I love it. It's cool because, like, the UV, like, I got a new watch, right? So it's telling me, like, the UV and all that bullshit. And I'm like, dude, that UV might be at 0, but it's hot as fuck, bro. You know what I mean? Humidity is actually kind of low here today. So let me tell you, still hot. You know what I mean? Like, there was still a swamp going on. You know what I mean? It was gross. We got a ton of gaming news and notes and topics to get into today for the Big J and BB Show. But before we dump in all of that, you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. It's at AmNationPod. Hit the follow button on all of those, and Threads too if you're on there. That's cool too. Listen to the podcast on platforms of choice such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and more. Just search Amalgamation Nation, and that's where you'll find the Big J and BB Show as well, all in one nice little place. Twitch.tv/UndeadBlackBulls, where you find David when he is streaming. Make sure you give him a follow and a sub if you have Amazon Prime. You get a free Twitch gaming sub a month, so give it to Undead Black Bull. You can help support the show by using the Epic Games creator code AMNationPod. So if you're playing Fortnite, Rocket League, maybe you got the Epic Games Store on your PC, getting those free games a month or whatnot, use that code AMNationPod to help support the show at no extra cost to you. Joey, very funny, as we were just talking about the heat, I get a notification from Primo Carlos just saying, yo, this heat, what the fuck? Also, I found out, so I got, like, convinced into an Apple Watch, right, Joey? You know what I mean? Just to complete the ensemble. Okay. And on these now, you can do walkie-talkie with people, right? Oh. So I was at work, and, you know, work wife and others, you know, convincing me, right, that I should do it. They're like, oh, yeah, it's really good. Like, when you're going to the gym, like, you go to the gym so much, it's going to help you keep track of everything, which it did. It was really cool today. It was my first time using it at the gym. It's actually really nice. Like, it's actually, like, keeps track of my intensity and my calories that I'm burning and, you know, other bullshit. But the walkie-talkie part is cool because I texted Carlos earlier and I was like, bro, don't you have an Apple Watch? I'm like, yeah. He goes, bro, we got to do this walkie-talkie thing. And he's like, dude, I've been trying to get this set up. He's like, come on. So then today, like, we were like, I was at work and he was like probably home trying to go to bed before he had to drive again, right? And we're setting it up and we get it going. And it says, like, you have a walkie-talkie from Carlos. Like, so if I accept it, he can just start talking to me, bro. Just start talking, right? And this man literally is on there and he just goes, beep, beep, poo, poo. Ooh, just loud as shit through my watch. And he's like yelling a bunch of shit about STs. He's like, fuck STs. Dude, what the
Holy
fuck?
crap.
It's
That's
so
awesome.
funny. But I loved it so much. I was like, oh, I'm so excited to do this now at Carlos all the time. Like, that's like my favorite thing. But yeah, he is right. Hot as shit. Let's talk some video game news before we get into some bigger topics in the show, including Charles Martinet. I might have butchered the last name. Marinette. I don't know. Maybe that T silent. I'm not sure. But the famous voice of "It's a me, Mario." He's done doing voice work for the Super Mario franchise. Charles, the iconic voice actor of Mario for the past 30 years, will be stepping back from performing as Mario in future Super Mario games. Nintendo announced on Twitter that Charles will become a Super Mario brand ambassador, allowing him to travel and interact with fans around the world. Super Mario Wonder, which will be debuting later this year, will feature his successor as the new voice of Mario. And as we found out before the show, Joey, it's me. I'm the new voice of Mario.
This is the release right here. It's BB.
It's me. We're about to go big time now. You know what I mean? Those residual checks and everything, they're going to come through, bro. Big time. Big time. Yeah. Maybe get Reggie on the show.
From Nintendo? Oh, dude. Hell yeah. I wouldn't know what to do. I'd be like, can you just talk? Like, how you doing? Explain stuff to us.
So something cool too. I told you before the show. Got to see Charles. We'll see him in, over there doing his signings and stuff when we were at the Fan Expo in Chicago. It was actually just cool because I'm like, oh my god, dude, that's Mario. Like, that's crazy. But also kind of crazy too because like the trailer of Super Mario Wonder, like I just assumed that was the same voice. I did not know it was a new
Right.
voice.
Well, the good thing about Mario not being a fully voiced voice actor is it's it should be kind of simple, like a good transition.
Yeah,
You shouldn't notice a huge difference, if any,
yeah, that's true.
which is good.
It's a good
But it's
point.
also cool because Charles is still, he's not done with Nintendo. Nintendo's not done with him. Like, he's still Mario,
Mhm.
but now he's a worldwide Mario that you could actually see in person now, which is really cool.
Yeah, I do like that a lot. Like being a brand ambassador, kind of like what happened with Reggie when Reggie stepped away as head of Nintendo North America. He got to kind of just go out now and do like Reggie things. You know what I mean? Like things and spread the good word of Nintendo and all that good stuff and good word of video games. And I think it's really cool for Charles. We're going to talk later about our games for the fall winter we're excited for. Spoiler: Super Mario Wonder might be on my list. You know what I mean? It looks very
Yep.
fun as a 2D side Mario game. Very, very excited. A little bit of extra news here too. Live action Fallout series has been in the work at Amazon here for the last couple of years. We saw some pictures and videos over the last few months that we're releasing for it. That is scheduled to release 2024 on Amazon Prime. It will take place in Vault 33, which will be in Los Angeles. Joey, I'm gonna tell you. I'll ask your question. Or I'm gonna ask you, but I want to tell you this is one of the franchises I actually feel comfortable with getting live actioned.
Yeah, because it's not like when you take video games as a whole, a lot of them are fantasy, a little bit like out there. Like you could tell it's a video game.
Right.
Fallout, of course, it's obviously still a video game, but it's more, I guess, on the you could call it realistic side because of it doesn't take place in an outside world, outside planet, outside timeline. It's just like nukes went off, apocalyptic. You're just out there trying to survive, and
Mhm.
there's mutants. Well, as we've seen with The Last of Us, well, you can make some quote unquote zombies slash, infected people. So, you could implement that into Fallout. Um, and I think it, should be okay. I've been watching the Twist the Metal series on Peacock, and it is awesome. So
Really?
if it's anything like that, I am all about it.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. So, like, talk a little bit about that Twisted Metal series. It's pretty good.
So I'm on episode 5, so I'm about halfway. It's great. Noticing a lot of the references because, as you know, I am a huge Twisted Metal fan.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really cool to see them kind of go into the characters because as Twisted Metal goes, you get kind of a background, you get a name, their car, and then what their wish is. Other than that, you don't really know a lot about the characters. But here it gives you more of like their origin stories, like how kind of like what they do, what they're known for, and like you get to watch them build up.
Mm.
So it takes place like the main guy, I guess, is John Doe, who, spoiler alert, if you never played Twisted Metal or watched the series, is Roadkill, and he's
Oh.
he's had several different names, but he's usually John Doe. One time it was a homeless guy. One time it was like an executive that hit his head. This one he just woke up in a car, doesn't know anything. So they all kind of have like the same story, but their background's a little different. Sweet Tooth is done so well. I know it's Samoa Joe's body, but I forget the voice actor, but they honestly did a great job with picking their characters, doing the voice acting and the writing, because it is an amazing mixture of wow, this is a really fucked up world to holy shit, this is kind of funny to holy crap, that guy just got executed and his brains just went all over the place. All in the matter of one scene. You're getting all this. So like there was one time like he was just like laughing, he's like, oh look at that. There's shoes right here, let me grab them. And turns around and this guy just gets a bullet in between the eyes and he just explodes. And he goes, oh shit. And then he just starts laughing and you just keep driving. And it's like, whoa, what? What? But it's great. And then when Sweet Tooth comes into the picture, it's it's awesome. I'm enjoying it. I really, really, really hope. I mean, there's no way there's not going to be season 2 and beyond
Mm-hmm.
because of how well it's doing. I'm following several Twisted Metal pages on several platforms,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody, and I'm on board with it. Either revival of the old Twisted Metal games because there's clearly a fan base for Twisted Metal. Clearly, even people who never played Twisted Metal are watching this are going, "Wow, this is actually pretty cool." And then if you go, "Oh yeah, now here's the video game it's based off of," bam, you got your franchise back. So I would either love to see 1, 2, and 3 remastered, which would I don't know what I would do for that, or make a new Twisted Metal, which would be awesome.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of hopes. So season 1 doing it very well. Um, excited to finish out the series, or well, finish out the season, I guess. Um, but yeah, so far loving it. It's been great. Uh, and I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes.
It's got a
I would recommend watching it.
94% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. So
Oh yeah,
you are right.
yeah, I rated it. I
Hey,
gave it
listen,
100.
listen. Give me Twisted Metal Black remake. You know what I mean, dude? Let's do it.
Fun fact: that's most of what this series is based off is Black.
Ooh, I'm going to watch that then.
Yep,
Ooh.
but it's cool. A lot of
Ah,
the characters are from all the Twisted Metals. So,
dude.
um, like they
Owns
have
the
Flower
rights to
Power,
that?
spoiler alert, which is from 3, Granny's from 3,
Mhm.
Twister from 2, Mike and Stu from 2. This John Doe, I don't remember which one he's from,
So there's
but they
published
just
by
kind of implement all
Sony.
the characters.
So Sony owns the rights to Twisted Metal. Do what needs to be done, PlayStation. You know what I mean, dude? Do what needs to be done. We have not had a Twisted Metal game since 2012.
Yep,
Damn,
and it
dude.
was not great.
No, it wasn't. Honestly, probably the last one that was good was probably Black in 2001.
Yep, and that's a long ass time ago.
Damn, dude. I do hope with all the positive fan feedback, critic feedback's whatever. I think critic feedback is kind of silly. But as long as they're the audience, the fans that really, they really enjoy it, that'd be cool to get Twisted Metal back. Do it, PlayStation. Do it now. That'd be so cool.
That'd be cool. If not, at least continue the series.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I think they for sure will, since Sony's been like trying to get themselves all dipped into that. You know what I mean? Um, and Amazon's
Oh yeah,
always
and it's a
or
series
it's Peacock.
I
Sorry, but
didn't right. I didn't think this would be a series that one they would ever do, or
hmm
two would actually take off.
hmm
Because I'm like, Twist the Metal, I'm like, what do you do? It's just cars shooting each other.
yeah.
But the way they did it is like, it's great. And also, there's no downtime. Like, there
Ooh,
is barely downtime. Like, they'll do a little bit of story for about 5 minutes, and then it's shooting, stabbing, missiles going off, explosions, people dying, and then it's a little bit of story. Then it's shooting, stabbing, explosions. Like, it's just, it's never ending, and it's awesome.
that's kick ass. That's on the list. Now I gotta watch Twisted Metal on Peacock. Uh,
Oh, yeah.
During the Gamescom, there was a few things revealed. One I'll touch on here is Marvel Snap getting its computer official PC like UI launch. If you didn't know before, like the way it was basically like however you play on mobile, so on your phone or like your tablet. That was basically the screen setup they had on Steam. So it's pretty booty cheeks. You know what I mean? Pretty ass. Now, yesterday they dropped it, they launched it, they announced it during the event. It's on there now. It's all redone. It's very clean. It's really awesome. This is cool because you're getting a lot of people that kind of like what Hearthstone, right? Like going from PC to mobile, kind of like that, but in the opposite direction, right? Where you're gonna get a lot of people on PC that maybe didn't weren't really playing it on mobile, but they'll be able to play it on their PC. This is really really cool for them, and doing a bunch of events for it too right now. When you log into Steam and you play it every day for the first like week, you get a new reward every day, and they're doing the cool, the where you watch so much of the Twitch streams, right? You get drops, all that good stuff. So I'm always on board with that. That's super cool. Something else that speaking of Twitch drops, Diablo, they've been doing their fair share of Twitch drops as well. But they revealed season 2, Season of Blood. Joey, are you like what do you need out of this season? Because season one, obviously, as we know, we talked about in the last gaming show, didn't do so hot.
Yeah. Honestly, I know a lot of people weren't the biggest fan of Diablo 3, but also like that was the first year of its life. So
Mm-hmm.
like the last couple years of Diablo 3 were actually really enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you take that, you need to bring exclusive armor sets per class that are just for that season.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I'd like just to see what they do. Like take Diablo 3 and just make it into Diablo 4. Like, give me set gear that is exclusive to that season. That's different. Looks different, acts different. Everything's different about it. Uh, I would love to see pets come back. Pets were super cool to have to run around and get your gold and stuff, or even just to have as a cosmetic to run around with a little Diablo. Like it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, unlock portraits. Like, give us stuff to work towards, and then just like don't hinder the player to where it hurts to restart. Like Diablo 3, like it was a little rough to start at the beginning, but I mean once you got your season character going, I mean you just steamrolled like nothing. Where if like Diablo 4 you gotta work a little more and it's a
Right.
little less unforgiving.
Right.
Or a little more unforgiving. Whatever one works. But yeah, I like to see a little bit more Diablo 3 implemented for the season stuff.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Just really making sure that there's something unique about it, makes you want to play it. I mean, I didn't really play season one because there was nothing that really drew my interest to it. Especially with so many other things coming out and games dropping, and it's just a lot going on. So I would like something unique to it. That'd be really cool. And as long as like the balances aren't ass, you know what I mean? Like that's a big thing
Yeah.
too. Something else really cool too. We got the first initial teaser for the next Destiny 2 expansion a little while back, and it showed Cade, and everybody just freaked out. We're like, oh my god, like what is happening? We have the name of it. It's Destiny 2: The Final Shape, releasing February 27th. This is from The Verge. The first saga in Destiny's universe is coming to an end with an epic battle between light and darkness. Destiny's Light and Darkness saga has always been about the Traveler, a mysterious entity in the universe of Destiny that hangs motionless in the sky as a source of light for Destiny players. Now, the Traveler is asking Destiny 2 players for help, and it's time to answer that call. On February 27th, a mysterious enemy, the Witness, has already entered the Traveler, and now Destiny 2: The Final Shape, players will have to venture inside to help defeat the Witness. What awaits inside is the Pale Heart, a first linear destination that's unlike anything we've seen in Destiny during its nearly 10-year history. Joey, are you excited to go into the Traveler?
I mean, that's pretty cool. I've been out of Destiny for a while. I got all the way up to actually current content, but I don't know. The Traveler was always one of those cool things of like, what is it? What does it do? Found out that the Traveler is actually a female, apparently.
Oh,
So, take it as you will of being able to go inside of her. But
oh my goodness!
whatever.
Wow,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know.
Oh,
But no, seems pretty cool because I always wondered. I'm like, what's inside of it? Like, there's got to be something cool in there, right?
uh-huh.
And the fact that like, yeah, you get to go in there and fight the big boss, the Witness, who's just like this creepy just thing, and it should be pretty interesting. But I don't know if I can get back into it. I'm playing so many damn games. I'm honestly really into WoW right now again, and Destiny just requires so much that I don't know if I will. But I'm actually interested.
Yeah, I'm kind of in
But
the
we'll
same
see what
spot.
happens.
Kind of in the same spot as you were. It's like there's just so many things right now. Like I would love to. Like as I was reading that little spiel from The Verge, I was getting a little hyped up myself. Right, as a good reader does. I'm a good narrator. I was getting a little excited. I'm like, oh man, that sounds really cool. But like Destiny stuff always sounds cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the
Um,
thing. On paper, it's like, holy crap, that's cool. Then you start playing and you're like, God damn, this is just
yeah,
Destiny.
like the last thing that they
That's
just
all this
did.
is.
I watched the last thing, whatever that was called. With I watched David and Nick do it on stream, and I'm like, that was cool. That was dope. Cool, man. Awesome. But like, I don't know, man, because like just to get ready for the final shape, that means you got a lot of things you got to do in the meantime to get ready, and it's kind of exciting. There's too many things going on. But this does sound really cool, and obviously Cade coming back, dude. Like that's a big deal. That's that boy. So it'll be interesting as we get closer to February 27th. I guess it's gonna come down to like when we get closer to the new year, like how's everybody feeling? You know what I mean? Where's everybody at game wise? What are people playing? Like, do you feel like you got time to play Destiny again? You know, something like that. Because we still do have a pretty booked rest of this year currently for video
Oh
games.
yeah.
Microsoft, will the saga ever? We know it hit past their purchase of Activision Blizzard King went through in the United States. There's been some trying to like they've been extending it and stuff, trying to appease the CMA, and they did come across the solution of selling the Activision Cloud rights to Ubisoft in the latest attempt to secure its acquisition. This comes from George Yang on GameSpot. Microsoft has announced its latest attempt to adjust its acquisition of Activision Blizzard in order to satisfy regulators in the UK. The company has entered into a partnership with Ubisoft, which will see cloud streaming rights for all current and new Activision Blizzard games transferred to Ubisoft over the next 15 years. This move is a response to a block by the UK's CMA, which aimed to prevent the Microsoft Activision merger because the joint entity would have too much power in the cloud gaming space. In an internal memo obtained by The Verge, Xbox's Phil the Thrill Spencer reportedly confirms such, saying, to address the concerns about the impact and proposed acquisition on cloud game streaming raised previously by the UK CMA, we are modifying the transaction to acquire a narrower set of rights. Under this new restructured transaction, Microsoft won't be able to offer Activision Blizzard games exclusively on Xbox Cloud Gaming or to control the licensing terms of those games for competing services. Ubisoft will also compensate Microsoft for the cloud streaming rights to Activision Blizzard, and Ubisoft will also be able to offer those games to the cloud gaming services running on non-Windows systems. Some of these will include NVIDIA, Boosteroid, Ubitus, and Nowhere. Obviously Ubisoft Plus. What will that look like? It's kind of funny because like Ubisoft's gonna like pay Xbox for Xbox to essentially like go and give those streaming games to stream the games too. Like it's very funny to me. But like Joey, where are you at on this as we a next piece of this puzzle as we get close to this deal finally being done?
It's just, another step, and this is just showing that Phil is committed to what he's been saying of, you know, kind of like GameStop's motto, power to the players, right? Like the
Yeah.
more people that can play your game, the better. Well, this is just more of, hey, no matter what you have, you could, pretty much play your game unless you have a Sony device. But I don't know. I mean, I think it's pretty cool, and it's a great move for Microsoft because one, they get their games out there, and then their revenue is just going to go through the roof even more. So I think it's a good move overall.
Yeah, and I think too something that I was thinking about this yesterday. This is actually hear me out a little bit. We're put on the tinfoil hat a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Right, Ubisoft has been a company that we've been seeing like float around. Right, like who's gonna purchase? Is Ubisoft gonna be another big publisher to fall? Blah 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 blah. Well, now with Xbox and Microsoft giving this ability to Ubisoft to be able to uh, divvy out the rights and like for Activision Blizzard games. It's gonna be a really big deal and good moneymaker for Ubisoft, and to keep them right where they need to be and afloat. And if said PlayStation, Sony, were to try to even make an attempt to purchase Ubisoft, it would kind of like block a lot because then this exact thing would get brought up again, where it'd be like, well, they can't have all these rights to all these games at cloud gaming, right? So like maybe playing a little bit of 4D chess. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely a power move because I was thinking the same thing. If someone's like, you know what, I'll buy Ubisoft, and it's like, well, good luck,
Yeah. Yeah.
because part of Xbox unofficially. So
Unofficially, officially, yeah.
do it, see what happens.
Ah, love it, dude. Phil Spencer, dude. Papa Phil.
He
Continuing to
knows what
just
he's doing.
he does, dude. Every time I look at him, his eyes are always kind of like closed, all the time. He always just looks super stoned, but he knows what he's doing. He
Oh yeah,
knows.
that's how you get your inner chakra going.
Oh, your inner chakra. Very nice. Um, Joey, let's talk about games coming this fall and winter. Some of the games we're looking at here. Here, I'm actually gonna put this in the chat for you while I'll put it in the notes while we do this here. That's a good.
Okay, so I
That's a
got
good.
I got a list pulled
Oh,
up.
you do too. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Pop,
Yeah.
pop. I was using this one because I'm like, I just need something nice and easy. So we got fall and winter coming, right? We're just about through August, which is pretty crazy, right? I think Immortals of Avium just came out. We've got Armor Core 6 right around the corner, Sea of Stars, cool stuff like that. But then we get into the Starfields, the Spider-Mans, and everything else coming out. So, what are some games that you're super excited for the rest of the year?
There's actually several which are kind of scary, but for jumping into it, it's Starfield number one. One, it's coming to Game Pass. Two, it's one of the biggest games, if not the biggest game Microsoft and slash Bethesda has ever made. So really exciting for that, and it's looking pretty good. And it's gonna tie into, why there's a bunch of leaks happening with it that we will get into very shortly. But
Mm-hmm.
still, hype is still there. I'm definitely going to check it out. Like I said, it'll be on Game Pass. It's currently 100 gig download, which, I mean, average, I guess, to these days. So not too bad. Um, I mean, Baldur's Gate 3 is coming to PS5, but I mean, it's already out on PC. But you get the console release, and it still looks great. I've been watching my wife play it, and it looks awesome. I would love to actually dip into it. I know last time I said it's too much game. Actually, I think it's a game that might be right up my alley.
Ooh.
I kind of like that. So we'll see. But Starfield is the immediate one because that's coming out September 6th, which is going to be coming up very shortly. Past that, Lies of P coming out September 19th. That's on my play later list because that looks amazing also. I don't know if you remember that
Yep.
game.
It's the Pinocchio one, right?
Is it like Pinocchio? It's kind of like it reminds me a little bit of Dishonored, where it's
Is
kind of
it?
old school, a little steampunky.
Yeah, yeah. Hold on. Now I'm looking at the
So I
description.
don't think it's
It is.
Pinocchio.
It's Liza Pease tells a story
Is
of
it
a
Pinocchio?
humanoid puppet Pinocchio who wakes up in an abandoned train
Oh
station
yeah.
in the city of Krat, engulfed in chaos and madness. Pinocchio must find his creator, the Master Geppetto, and overcome the calamity of the befallen city, trying to become a man. Yeah,
Oh well, there you go. Honestly, I didn't know that. I just seen some gameplay and I'm like, I want to play
looks
that
cool
game.
as hell.
It
Looks
looks
super
awesome.
cool. Yep.
Oh yeah. So it just kind of sucks that comes out also in September because from the 6th to the 19th is not nearly enough time to play Starfield.
Nope.
But I definitely very interested and will be playing that. And then moving on from that one, I think that ends it out for me in September.
Mm-hmm.
But now going into October, what do we got here? I don't really know if there. Oh well, Spider-Man 2, but I haven't played the first Spider-Man or Miles Morales, so I'm okay waiting on that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, which does look awesome. I love side scrollers. I love Mario. The elephant ability actually looks pretty dope, and the way the world is and the way like everything functions, it seems like that's going to be a fun game, a really fun game. So that's October 20th. And then 4 days later, you get City Skylines 2, which I've been playing the first one, and it is a ton of fun. I don't know if you like building cities, Ryan,
I do.
but it's a blast. I recommend playing City Skylines. It's on Game Pass. You either get the Xbox One version or the remastered version. I think they're more or less the same. Um, but tons of fun, and they're adding a dumb amount of features to the second one, which should be a blast to play. So also that, not that any more games, but looking forward to that one as well. Um, then we coming into November, and November is a tough one for me because there's really nothing until you get about to the halfway point, November 17th, Super Mario RPG, which will be purchased immediately because that's my bread and butter game right there. I never got a chance to actually play the original Super Mario RPG, so I'm very excited to jump into this and play it for the first time. And then, yeah, we don't really have a second part of November. We really don't have anything for December.
Right.
So, I'm fine if they just leave it open. Don't put anything else. There's so much already.
Yeah, absolutely. So going off of what your list here, I mean, like, yeah, Starfield, obviously, I'll put that one on there too. Starfield's gonna be great. I know David's a little upset because he has to leave for work, like that Friday. I think he was texting me earlier, so he won't be able to play like Starfield early because you can get you can get the cool edition where you get the game like however many days early or whatever, like a week early or something. And I was like, yeah, I actually don't need that either because I have so many drafts that weekend that like I'm not gonna even have the time. I'm not even gonna pretend to tell myself that I have time to like sit down and play Starfield at that moment. So that's fine. I can wait till September 6th. Still like debating, like, damn, dude, do I just take like a day off work, bro, on like that Friday? Like
It might
just
be
to,
worth it.
just to sit, like, wake up and be like, all right, I'm gonna play Starfield all goddamn day. You know what I mean?
Why not?
There's
When's the last time you took time off for a game?
for a video game.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, I don't know, dude. I originally was gonna take October 20th off, which I mean I'll just say it now because of Spider-Man 2. But then I ended up I'm not taking it off because I got like other people needed the day off. I'm like it's okay, I can move my day. It's just a video game. Like it's not that serious. Like you guys have like events going on. You know what I mean? I just really want to play
Nah,
Spider-Man.
nah,
Uh,
fuck them.
He's a
Spider-Man's
fuck.
more important.
It is, dude. I'm so excited for that. That game's on my list too. But Starfield, yeah, like I'm still debating it, still thinking about it. If not, like not that big of a deal, because I could just get off that day and like on that Friday and just not gonna do shit the rest of the weekend. You know what I mean? I mean football's that weekend, so I gotta do that on Sunday. But like other than that, leave me be because I'm gonna be playing some Starfield.
Oh yeah.
Other
Maybe
than
just
that,
throw it up on another monitor or something and watch
yeah,
football while you play.
could do that too. Could do that too.
Also,
Or
releases on a Wednesday, which is weird.
that is weird. Uh, not going to the gym that Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday. You know what I mean? Gonna have to just give myself a me weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Liza P looks really cool. I'm actually really excited for that. I'm in the same camp as you, where I don't think that's enough time, like for me to say like I'm good on Starfield. I don't know who maybe I will feel good in the amount of time, but I don't think so. Mortal Kombat 1, I'm really excited to see that because the more stuff they show, the cooler it looks. A game that actually, though, in September that I'm actually really excited for the fact of I think it'll be really fun and good content for Twitch.tv/Undead Blackpool is going to be Party Animals. I think this game is perfect just to jump on with everybody and just fuck around and do stupid shit. That game seems really fun. I believe it's going to be on Game Pass as well. So I'm really, really excited about that. I already mentioned Spider-Man in October. Another game in October that like I know I won't buy, but like as I've seen more videos of it, I'm like I really am intrigued. Is Detective Pikachu Returns on the Nintendo Switch? Like I think that'd be really really
Oh yeah.
funny. I think I'd really like that. But again, it's just like I gotta be kind of picky about what I'm playing here. Also, the Metal Gear Solid Masters Collection Volume 1, dude, at the end of October. It'd be kind of cool to jump in the original Metal Gear Solid a little bit again. Pretty fun. Pretty fun. Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Yeah, absolutely. It comes out the same day as Spider-Man, which just hurts my soul. But I
Yeah,
am going to get
that's
it.
a rough release.
But Spider-Man, I'm assuming Spider-Man 2 is like, if it's like the first one, it's probably like around a 30 to 40 hours to not even probably to finish the story. I think the last one, the first Spider-Man to finish the story was like 20 something hours. Like, I mean, I'll pound through that. I have no problem with that. But Super Mario Bros. Wonder, I'm so excited to play this. And fun fact, spoiler alert. So my cousin, he's going to be, I believe, he's going to be 6 in September. So I decided no one else. Well, I asked you, I texted you, and I texted BK, and I was like, "Do you guys think that 6 years old is like the perfect age to get their first like video game console, like a Switch? Specifically a Switch Lite." And you guys are both said absolutely. So I'm very excited to give him that on his birthday, and then I'm gonna have to get him Mario Bros. Wonder in October. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. It'd be a perfect game for him.
Very, very excited. Very excited for that game. We get into November. Shout out to Hogwarts Legacy for the Switch coming out. Elaine's been like asking since the game came out in like January for it, so shout out to her. She'll be able to play it. That would be cool.
On the Switch?
Yeah, she has a Switch. That's all she has. Elaine, friend of the show.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all she's got. So she's been like waiting. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn.
Oh boy.
Shout out to you. I don't know how that's gonna
Well,
run on your
make
Switch.
sure you have her. So make sure you have her do a review on that because
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
That's gonna push that poor little thing.
Did you? I know one of the shows we did with BK and his wife Colleen came on, and she talked about playing Hogwarts Legacy on Xbox and how much she loved it. So that was really cool. So I'm really excited
yeah.
to see somebody on the Switch play it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I listened to that one. That one was good.
Yeah, yeah. And then of course, just like you, I did not get to play Super Mario RPG. So like this in November 17th, right before your birthday, bro. Pretty excited. Pretty excited to play Super Mario RPG. I like
That's
that
what
I've
I want
got.
for my birthday.
That's it. You're gonna wait. You're gonna wait the 10 days
That's it.
before you play it,
No,
or you
I'm
want
gonna ask
it
for
earlier. Okay,
I
cool.
want it early. I wanted the day releases.
Yeah, yeah, straight up. I'm very
Preferably.
excited. I will go pick this up the day it releases. I'll go in store, pick it up. I have no problem with that. So I think that would be really, really cool. City Skylines 2 does look really cool. I played a little bit of City Skylines, the first one. I actually really like it. My brother loves that game, so we were looking at all the stuff you could do in City Skylines 2, and he's like, oh yeah, yeah, we're gonna get that one. We're gonna get that right away.
Oh yeah, it's
Um,
cool because it's a game where you could just kind of chill, watch a city be built, or you could be, you know, not a good person and watch it burn to the
you
ground.
turned off everybody's water and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I did that, and then I caused the meteor strike, and oh boy.
Oh, so cool.
You want to talk about satisfying? Everybody was pissing about the leave. I'm like, all right, bet.
I'm gonna
Meteor shower.
I'm gonna reinstall this on my Xbox, and I just wanna
I would.
play.
It's like 8 gigs or something. It's
Yeah, see.
nothing.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just a good little like chill game. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been playing
Oh yeah.
RuneScape on my phone or on my iPad. You
Ooh,
know? Yeah, dude, just
nice.
chilling, bro. Just chilling. Just be sitting there like, oh, cool, man. You know, throw it up while I'm doing something else. It's very nice and relaxed.
It's perfect AFK game.
So we talked about this on AM Nation Gaming Show, but like Joey, this is the best year in gaming. Like I don't think it's close.
I mean, what other year do you compare it to?
I don't know. I was trying to think about that even after we did the show of like what years do people consider the best. I know this has been like a really big topic for so many video games media people. It just I don't know. I don't. I've never seen a year where it's not that it's just how do you say? It's not there's just like a bunch of like big games that are all kind of the similar. There's a bunch of big games in different genres. And I think that is and they're all like bangers. You know what I mean? Like people are going to keep forgetting about Street Fighter, but Street Fighter came out and it's like one of the better fighting games they've ever had, right? So, I'm going to look at this Den of Geek. I want to see what they rank as the best year in gaming. Okay, just to see. So they put
So,
2004, Joey. Do you want me to tell you what came out in 2004?
ooh, okay, sure.
All right, here we go. Halo 2, Half-Life 2, Metroid Prime 2, Metal Gear Solid 3, World of Warcraft, GTA San Andreas, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal, Spider-Man 2. So those are some of the big ones. It's a pretty good year, dude.
Okay. I might be able to one up you with 2001.
Oh, I'm gonna see.
Okay.
Oh, I got it right here. Go ahead, tell me.
You ready? Okay. We got GTA 3,
Ooh,
Super Smash Bros. Melee,
ooh,
Silent Hill 2, the
ooh,
original Pikmin,
ooh,
Metal Gear Solid 2,
ooh.
Halo Combat Evolved, Final Fantasy X,
Yep.
Twisted Metal Black,
Oh,
Jak and Daxter, Conker's Bad Fur Day, Sonic Adventure 2, Max Payne, Baldur's Gate 2, Gran Turismo 3, Luigi's Mansion,
there it is.
Serious Sam, Devil's May Cry, Animal Crossing, Crash Bandicoot,
Oh,
which one? The Wrath of Cortex, James Bond 007, RuneScape RS2 came out. No, RS1. I think it's the original RuneScape came out in 2001. Advanced Wars, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, Wario Land 4, Super Monkey Ball, Red Faction. Oh man, I missed Red Faction. Final
Ooh.
Fantasy Chronicles, Civ 3, And Spider-Man 2, Inter Electro, and Tribes 2 are just some of them. Like that's just the list of 40 that it wasn't all 40, but those are some heavy, heavy, heavy,
Let's
heavy hitters.
Joey, let's talk 2007, and we'll just give you the big hitters,
Okay.
okay? Portal, the very first
Ooh.
BioShock, the very first Assassin's
Ah,
Creed,
shit.
Uncharted, the very first Mass Effect, Super Mario Galaxy, Team Fortress
Ooh.
2, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, Halo 3,
Oh my God.
Rock Band, and World of Warcraft Burning Crusade.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, dude, I don't know, man. But
I
this is
mean,
this is a really good year though, and I think when it's all said and done though, realistically, when you look at the games that came out and the quality that they were, there's a high chance that this is looked at as one of the best years ever.
you know what we need to do come December? I think we all need to break up the years. Like
Uh-huh.
everybody take a certain block of years, pick out the best games, highest rated, like games that are just like to this day, either still classics or change the game, whatever. And I think we should sit down and say, is 2023 the best year of gaming we've had so far? Because I think there's an argument that there are some years that might be better, if not on par with this year.
Yeah.
Because even though the quality's better, you got to think this was still also 22 years ago.
Right.
You know,
Right.
when technology wasn't even you like this technology wasn't even dreamt of yet.
That's true too. That's also really true. As I'm looking at like, I just man, this is so crazy to me. The year that this has been. I think it also what it goes to also is that like I think we just haven't had good years recently. You know what I mean? So right now, because you're having such a banger year, right? I mean, just looking at Metacritic and going over the top games right now: Baldur's Gate 3, Street Fighter 6, Diablo 4, Quake, the Quake 2 remastered, Ghost. I don't even know what Ghost Trick is, but those are some of the top like rated, scored wise games, right? But then you talk about Zelda, the Hogwarts Legacy, and everything else that's coming out later.
Resident
It's
Evil 4.
Resident Evil, Dead Space, like man, it's gonna be cool. I'm really really excited to see where that's a good idea though, like to break it down and be like, all right, like what else is there, like because this is pretty dope. It's been a pretty dope year for video games, which leads into
Oh
like
yeah.
we keep talking about all these games coming out, and like the game of the year conversation is going to be so difficult. I mean, not only just for us as a show, how we do our version, but like you know the actual game awards later this year in December. It's gonna be really hard, I think, for a lot of industry people to like rank their top 5 games or whatever they do. So that leads us into this discussion that you brought up, Joey. Should remakes, remasters, and re-releases be considered for game of the year?
I think it's honestly just a simple no. They
Okay.
shouldn't be considered. Because they're the same game that were released in, 2002. If it didn't win then, it should have no chance of winning now. That's not fair to the games that were developed for this year, not a game that was already made, already, published just to be re-released. I don't think that's fair, and um, I don't know. I feel like it's like cheating. Like you're already taking a really good game, and then you just literally make the same exact game, but you update it, and then you shouldn't have the running for Game of the Year. Now, what they should do with all these remasters and remakes, that should be its own category. It
Yeah.
shouldn't be a Game of the Year category. It should be the best remake slash remastered of this year, and that should get a title of, hey, Resident Evil 4, best remastered remake game of this year, hands down. Or Dead Space. Like it should be its own thing, but it should not be in the running for Game of the Year.
It's a good point. I like that where you say like they should just be kind of their own separate thing. I mean, like it's tough, right? Like, I look at a game like Final Fantasy VII Remake, which is completely redone, obviously from the ground up. And they also did things a little bit differently because they changed the story up and some things like that. But like you are right, that game had already come out years ago. And if it didn't win then, or even if whether it did it or didn't win it, that part actually doesn't matter. But like it already had its time for game of the year and stuff like that at that time. So we can't just because what we start to see, we're seeing this all over the place with media, is that like we're just rehashing old things. We're not creating new things, right? So why should a Dead Space remake, a Resident Evil 4 remake, no matter how good they are, no matter how great the remakes are, how awesome they are, and we love it, why should that get a game of the year nod over something new, right? Whether that be a Starfield, a Diablo 4, a Street Fighter 6, a Super Mario Wonder. Like so like in your like the example like Super Mario RPG the remake is shouldn't be considered that, right? Like cuz that game already came out. So it already did its thing.
Right.
You're just getting it
Yeah.
now fluffed up and all nice, for new people to play and for older players to play again too. I agree with you in that sense of like they should be their own thing. They're not, the game of the year needs to be games that are new games or new
Yeah. Original
installments in a
IPs.
franchise. You know what I mean? Like, the new Zelda game or the new Diablo game or the new, it shouldn't be something that like you already had it and you're just you're just bringing it to modern age. You know what I mean?
Right.
Super, super interesting. But it's true because you did see it now. I don't know, like, I don't think any of them have one game of the year yet. So, like, let me just see year winners. I don't think they have, but I would just like to see. So, since the Game Awards took a place in 2014, let's see, we've had. No, no, no. Okay, so none of them have one, right? Because you had Dragon Age Inquisition, The Witcher 3, Overwatch. What a great time that was. Legend of
Boy,
Zelda
yeah.
Breath of the Wild, God of War, which that God of War is a completely different game than the original God of War, right? So,
Right. One's
something.
Greek, one's Norse.
Yes. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, Last of Us Part 2, It Takes Two, and Elden Ring. So at least they haven't won. But I guarantee if I were to find nominees and actually dig in, you would see some nominees, though. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So that's a good point. I like that. Now, something else that's been coming up a bunch, Joey, with Starfield coming out and everything else, leakers. So, like, what is going on with all these leakers lately?
Uh, so I read several different theories, but the one that I think is probably the most, I guess we could call it realistic, or the one that seems like plausible,
Mm-hmm.
is that leakers aren't actual. We'll just call them people. It's not someone like, say you hack into computers, right? That's what
Mm-hmm.
you do. You're kind of just a nerd. You live in your mom's basement. You're like, huh, let's see what Starfield's got going on. Let me get in there and oh, look at these pictures I found. And yeah, I'm so cool. No, 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 no. I think it's actually the well, I don't think. I think several things, but something that I was pondering was maybe it's actually the developers doing it and calling it a leak to get more hype.
Mm-hmm.
And they would be like, oh, hey, look, someone got this on their phone and released it and was like, yeah, here's some early gameplay of it to maybe build more hype. But it could also be little nerd Johnny in his mom's basement who's, I'm going to keep the words to myself because I don't want to be too mean to him.
Right.
But, just hacking in there and just trying to be cool, trying to get internet points. It could be both. But my thing is, why leak? Like, what? I don't get the point of leakers. The people who look at leak and be like, wow, it spoiled it for me. Well, that's your own damn fault. Like, nobody's telling you you have to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think some leakers just kind of either take away from the game or, on the flip side, they could add stuff to the game. But at the end of the day, I think you are truly taken away from the developers and the publishers because you're showing stuff that is not ready to be seen yet.
Yeah.
Like, showing like, oh, look at this first boss fight. It's like, no, 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 you're not supposed to see that yet. And I think it could hurt a game, it could help a game, but I think more or less, I think it's mainly negative when leaks happen because it's poor quality. It's stuff that's not finished yet because it's not released, so it's not done yet. Um, and I don't know. I'm not a fan of leaks. If you are a leaker, you're a piece of shit. Like I don't care. You're not that special because you could hack into something or get files. It's not that fucking difficult. You're not that cool. Um, I think it's just sad that there are people that like that's all they do. That is their free time is to, well, let me data mine. Let me see. Like with the new Destiny thing coming out. Let me see what the Traveler looks like already. I can't wait to see what it actually looks like. Let me see if I could file hack it. It's just like it's I don't know, I think it's dumb. I think leakers are not smart people. They think they're smart because they could get into programs, but it's not that hard and I don't know, I'm just not a fan of leakers and I think they're just kind of pieces of shit who just want internet points.
It's such a great point right there at the end. That's such a good point. It is literally like, yes, they're just trying to get cool uh, internet points. We're getting a bunch of Starfield leaks right now. Obviously, like you mentioned, like it is kind of like our own like, you know, choice to go and find those leaks for the most part, right? That's why I didn't even click the links when I searched Starfield links or leaks. But yeah, it's so stupid. Like I've never understood the purpose of that. I've never understood the value in leaking things and like being like, oh my god, like oh I leaked this or I leaked this game or I just like I said those a lot of the things you're seeing they're not ready yet, they're not polished yet, all this stuff. I mean, Starfield's I think right now is a little bit different in the sense of like this game's already gone gold and it's gonna be and like all the reviewers already have their copies and like we should actually be getting the first round of reviews here by the end of next week. So that part is different, but like we've seen it from other games too, like where like they'll leak something and it's like that game's not even close to being ready yet. That's we haven't even polished that yet, and you're right. It deters. It's a deterrent, like when it comes to the momentum like the studio's building or like the team is building what they're working on, and like not everything needs the curtain pulled back. You know what I mean? And
Right.
to your point as well, like what is the benefit? I don't see the benefit of for that person besides the fact of like they get cool points on Reddit. Like you know what I mean? Like that's
Right.
such a
Yeah,
weird
like
thing.
look how much karma I'm getting because I
Oh
did this.
god,
Like
dude.
nobody cares,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. That's
But I've
such
been
a
seeing a lot on Reddit about people leaking Starfield. Like, I know there's always leaks, but people are leaking the absolute shit out of this game.
yeah.
And honestly, low key slash very high key, I think it's Sony pony boys that are just like, look how shit this is. Look how easy it is to get into this and how crap it looks. Like, yeah, you're recording it on a Note -2 on fucking Snapchat. Of course, it's gonna look like shit.
I love
Like somebody's like, look how grainy it looks. It looks so terrible. Is this what the game is going to be? And it's like, you're dumb. If you're looking at someone's Snapchat through their like second generation phone, through through a phone, through a Snapchat, which lowers quality, through somebody's monitor that's actually watching someone play the game, you're just retarded. I'm sorry, there's no other word for it. And I read comments that said, "Wow, this game looks like shit." And people that would light those people up and be like, "You're dumb. You, what? Like you can't even fathom. Like, but that's how people are thinking. They look at this. They look at these leakers and go, "Wow, yeah, thank you for showing me this and saving me money because this looks terrible."
yeah, it's so
Instead of waiting for the
crazy.
actual game to come out, but people will see these leaks. And I've read tons of comments that are like, "Yep, I'm glad I'm avoiding this game. They're not taking my money." And it's like, you're dumb. You're genuinely dumb. And so
That is
it's
wild.
points and it's points like that where leakers, whether that's their intention or not, are hurting these developers and publishers by showing off terrible quality stuff. Like you said, Starfield is more or less done. It's gold, but in the general sense, you're releasing something that's not ready to be released.
Right.
The window for release is not there yet, so it's
Right.
not fair.
Yeah,
So,
that's
yeah,
it's such a terrible. It's just dumb. It's just stupid. Like you said, if you're a leaker, you just fuck you. You know what I mean? Fuck you kindly. You know what I'm saying? It's just silly, and I think also at the same time to sit there and be like, oh yeah, like I don't know if you saw this, Joey. I saw this on Twitter, and where like everybody was posting like the start menu for Starfield because it looks
oh my
kind of like
god.
empty-ish, right? And everyone's like, "Oh my god, look at they didn't put anything into the start menu, blah blah." And everybody assumed it was like Sony ponies, right? And someone then put like the Final Fantasy VII remake start screen that's just literally just the sword, like Cloud's sword, and everyone's like, "Oh man, this start screen's awesome! So excited!" And like, I'm like, "See, this is the problem, bro. Like,
Yep,
this is the
that's the
problem.
exact problem.
The start menu isn't
Like,
gonna like define how I feel like about a game."
no, the start menu is just there for me to press start or
Yeah.
press any button to continue. I don't care what's on it. It don't matter. Because that's not the game. That's just their start menu.
Oh man, just stupid. Ultimately, just so stupid.
Oh
That
yeah.
like this is a thing right now, and like we're seeing, obviously, you mentioned tons of Starfield leaks right now, all over the internet. So if you don't want to be spoiled, don't click on those links. Wait yourself another couple of weeks, and Starfield will be available on Xbox, Microsoft PC, Game Pass, everywhere but PlayStation. So,
Right.
make sure you enjoy yourself some Starfield the proper way. But yeah, it's just so stupid. Anything else, Joey, on leakers or anything like that?
No, I think we covered it of how terrible they are and how really useless they are. Like, there's
Yeah,
no point in leaking.
yeah.
Like, you literally get nothing from it. Other than a couple people on the internet to be like, yeah, thanks, cool. But nobody truly cares
He
at the
says
end of the day.
some karma points.
Right, some karma points that don't even matter.
It's fucking
But
God,
congratulations.
fucking
Also, people
nerds.
do it for movies too, which is just
Oh my
the worst
God, I
type of
hate
people.
that, bro. Oh my God, dude. It's
Because they're more or
literally
less,
the
that's the same
worst.
thing. It's the
Yeah.
same thing. You're spoiling something for someone that isn't out yet.
Yeah, I literally
But you
like
think you're cool because you're like, look, I already looked at it and seen it. It's lame.
dude, it
Like,
makes me
no. Who are
so
you? You're
mad
just some
actually.
dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
movie leak. Oh God, that makes me so mad, dude. Especially like during the big MCU boom. Like, oh motherfuckers, dude.
Yep.
Where like
I
you'd have
remember
to
seeing
shut
that.
everything down until like you went and saw the movie and like, sorry, I have a job, dude. I can't just like go at midnight all the time. Okay. Oh,
Oh yeah,
dude.
during the Infinity War saga, I had to pretty much turn off my phone for weeks.
Until you saw
Because
it,
people were
yeah.
posting spoilers and what's happening. I'm like, you're the worst type of people.
Oh, I hate that so much.
And that's more or
Now,
less what they're doing to games. Like, they're
yeah,
just the worst type of people.
yeah, because it's different than like if you're a reviewer and like you're posting like once the embargo's up and you can post your review and stuff because you as a person, if you're scrolling YouTube or your podcast app or whatever, right? You like just got done listening to Big J BB show. You're like, man, what a great show! I want to go watch, go listen to or watch this review of Starfield, and you're like, oh man, I haven't played Starfield yet, but you still won't listen to their review. Well, like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just that's on you as a person. Though
Yeah.
that's different. You're not just intentionally leaking it and stuff. But
Well, speaking of, look forward to either a Big J and BB Show review or an Amalgamation Nation review,
oh
but there
yeah,
will be a
we
review.
might have to because
Maybe both.
So BK's playing
Maybe
this early.
both.
BK's gonna be playing it early. David will probably be playing it at the same time as I. So I will tell BK, be like, hey, well, I'm telling him now. I'm calling you out now, brother.
Oh shit.
BK, you're gonna have to tell the baby, tell little baby Cassidy, hey, honey, Daddy's got to go back to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's gonna be time.
Yeah,
Get
babe,
dusted
be
off.
alright. Just rock him to sleep and
Yeah, you put him in the
be
little
alright.
bouncy or something. You know what I mean? Some,
Oh yeah.
while
Yeah.
while we talk Starfield. But yeah, oh yeah, get ready for that review. That's gonna be really fun. Some other mention some other games that will be coming down the road that we'll be doing reviews for as well. It'll be cool. Before we go, I've realized I didn't even do this at the beginning of the show, and I'm so used to doing it on the AM Nation show. We'll do it here. What have you been playing lately, Joey?
Oh, I know this might be a surprise, but I'm actually really into WoW again. I mentioned it for like a minute earlier, but yeah, kind of super into it, enjoying it. Playing City Skylines that I mentioned, enjoying that. Playing Far Cry 6, having tons of fun on there.
Mhm.
Playing old school RuneScape, kind of always. That's always on my side monitor.
Always.
Um, Overwatch, doing a lot of competitive Overwatch with Mike and Dan. Doing pretty good. We're getting a lot of dubs, having a lot of fun. I believe that is it. Oh, and for a little bit of time, just because I haven't played in a long time, Roller Coaster Tycoon 3.
Look at you.
forgot I had that on my Steam library because I opened up Steam because I'm like, I'm gonna check out Baldur's Gate. Well, my computer's way too old to run it, so I'm not even gonna bother. But I was looking, I'm like, I have like 80 games on Steam. I don't even remember buying any of these. And I was going through it, I'm like, I have Roller Coaster Tycoon on here? And I'm like, it's like a not even a gigabyte download, so I downloaded and started playing it, and it was pretty fun.
Very nice. Very nice.
But yeah,
Uh,
those are kind of bouncing around a little bit of everywhere. Oh, and playing Age of Empires on my 3DS. Kind of
ooh.
always. I love doing that.
Ooh. I saw someone when we were at a fan expo, Joey, literally just whipping out their 3DS, just playing it in the middle of like this
Ah,
event, right? I was like,
hell
what?
yeah.
I was like, they're playing their 3DS right now. We're in line. I don't know if Nick noticed it. I did though, because I was like, what? All
That's so
right, man.
cool.
That's how I knew that I was surrounded by nerds. You know what I mean? That's
OG nerds.
OG
Not even just
nerds,
nerds,
dude.
OG nerds.
OG nerds. I was like, oh wow. All right, copy. That is the place to be. Um, let's see what have I played. I do the thing that everyone says you shouldn't do, right? I buy the new Madden every year because I'm a shill. You know what I mean? A corporate shill.
Yeah,
You know what I
you
mean?
support them. You're
I
like the
do.
Call of Duty boys.
Yeah, I am. But except I'm not going to tell you they're good though. I'm not going to lie to
Ooh,
you. I'm not ever going to lie to you and
okay.
tell you this is great. You know what I mean? I will tell you it's the
Right.
same shit year over year. I personally I don't play the Ultimate Madden mode thing because I don't like having to give money to the game. I think that's silly. But I do my franchise mode and stuff because that's what I like to do. That part I will say they did upgrade a lot of things on franchise mode, so that's actually been a nice refresher for me personally. The gameplay itself still kind of the same, and it's just meh. So like whatever, it's fine. I knew what I was getting when I bought it. You know what I mean? I'm not mad about it. I can't be
You're
mad.
not Madden.
Yeah, I'm not maddened by it. I'm just like, well, yeah, that's definitely that. Um, like I mentioned earlier, the Marvel Snap update to the PC came out, so I've been playing a lot of that, enjoying the shit out of it. That game right now, and like I always give BK shit because he got out, for whatever reason. Never even really told me the reason. Okay, he's never told me. He just one day was like, I'm done, and deleted it. And I was like, okay. And he wouldn't tell me why, dude. Would never really tell me. Or he's listening to this right now, like, you fucking asshole, I did tell you why. And I'm like, I don't remember, bro. I don't remember why. But he stopped playing it. And I'm so upset because I think at the time when he stopped, he was like, trying to like, when you are, when you're new to a system of like metas, right? And understanding what the meta is and the meta changing and how to have access to the meta, things like that. I could see it being real frustrating, but like right now, where the game is at currently, where the game stands, it's like the best time to get into Marvel Snap because all sorts of metas. There is no specific meta, right? Like the card that got released this week, if you got it with your tokens or whatever, was X-23, and she's all based around like destroy decks. But like, there's also a ton of counters to destroy decks, right? So like, you don't have to just play destroy. You know what I mean? It'd be like at Hearthstone if it was like you could only play paladin decks right now. Like that's all you could play. Like that'd be really boring. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Which
I
is why I stopped playing the main thing of
exactly.
Hearthstone because it was ass.
It's ass. It gets annoying, dude. Like that's not fun. I don't enjoy that. So like right now in Marvel Snap, it's the best time, honestly, to play it. I took a huge break from it for like a couple of weeks, few weeks, where I wasn't actually opening it every day and like I wasn't really playing as often. And then last week, I think it was, I was kind of sitting there and I'm like, dude, you know what, dude? I want to just like let me like test some decks, like see what kind of decks I can make. And it was just so fun. So fun. So I've been playing the hell out of that. I'm honestly probably gonna do that after we get done here and I shower. I'm probably gonna play some Marvel Snap before I go to bed. Eat some guacamole and shit. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good
Ooh.
vibe. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jewel guacamole, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, that's
Yeah,
good.
with their chips. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, damn, that's
I
a
do.
good combo
I
there.
know. I know my boy Mrs. Jewel. I know.
I do.
Um, I've been playing a lot of that.
Did you
Good.
mention RuneScape?
No, I did not. But yeah, RuneScape. Oh, I guess I mentioned it earlier, but now I'll mention it again. Yeah, I'm playing old school RuneScape on my iPad. Throw it up when I'm just kind of sitting there chilling and I got nothing else going on. I'm like, all right, let me throw some old school RuneScape up, dude. It's pretty cool. Pretty
Heck
fun.
yeah.
There was who was it? I was listening to. Was it Lore Watch? Was it that podcast? Might have been. And as I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, dude. I had like the urge to like get a WoW membership going again. But I talked myself
Uh-oh.
out of it, Joey. I talked myself out of it. Yeah. That's how I know
Yeah.
that. It's how I know I've grown as a person. You know what I mean? When I
You
can just
just
talk
don't want
myself
it.
out of it, like, because I'm like, you're not gonna do it right. You're gonna play. You'll like it. That's cool. But like, you don't need to do it. You don't need to do it right. You just let it go. And I'm like, all right, fine. I'll let it go. And it's like in Spider-Man where like the Goblin mask is looking at Norman Osborn, right? That's what it feels
Yeah.
like sometimes, dude. I'm like, no, stay away. It's okay. I
Well,
got
funny.
other things to do.
Well, that's what I actually canceled my WoW sub like 2 weeks ago because I'm like, I'm not playing. I don't have time. I
Yeah,
need to save the money
that's what I
and
did.
just, and work on other stuff. And then all of a sudden, Mike and Dan are like, yeah, come play with us. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. I only got a little bit of time left on it anyway. And now I'm like, well, shit, now I'm back into it. I'm hooked. I'm
God damn it,
enjoying it. I'm having
Joey.
a blast.
God
I'm
damn
like,
it.
motherfuckers. I got so many other things to do, but now I'm just playing WoW.
I know, dude. And shout out to Mike. Just never change, bro. You know what I mean? Just like, goddamn. I love that he
Stay
found
golden.
WoW at such a late time in his life. You know
He
what I
found it
mean?
at the worst point. He found it in Shadowlands.
And still loved it.
He's like, it was
Still,
pretty good. I'm like, you don't know shit
that's
about
so
good World of
crazy.
Warcraft.
So
That is
crazy,
the
dude.
worst World of Warcraft.
It is. It's not good.
That's why I told him, like, when we get a good
Do you
expansion like
do
Dragonflight,
you
it is good.
do you think that Shadowlands was the dark time and not Battle for Azeroth? Because I don't know, man.
Oh, BFA was okay. Warlords of
Yeah.
Draenor was way worse.
Yeah, that one's really bad. That one is actually
Draenor
really
was
bad.
booty cheeks. Shadowlands is
Not good.
just, I
Not good.
hated every
It's
part of it.
not good, dude. It's very annoying. Like I did not care for that at all.
No. I
I
was
have
okay
heard
with
so many
BFA.
good things though about Dragonflight, and I'm like, oh, dude. See, I would love that, but I can't do it.
It's pretty good. The dragon riding
Is it,
is
dude?
awesome. Dude, it's so much. You can get places so quick, and then very shortly, I think hopefully by the end of the year, you could dragon ride all over World of Warcraft.
You're lying.
I can't. It's gonna be so nice. Because
Ah,
when you
wait a
fly a
minute.
normal 310 mount, you're like, this is slow as shit. Because when you're dragon riding, you could go 810% faster. You could fly through the air. You could do spins and flips. It's pretty cool. Don't do it. You got so much going on.
Yeah, I got too much going
It
on,
was
but I'm looking at it
it,
right now.
the good thing about World of Warcraft, you
It's
can get
always
it
there.
anytime.
It's always there.
It's
That's
always
right.
there.
I know. I was like
There's always
looking, and
something
I'm
to
like,
do in there.
I think I looked at this a couple weeks ago. Yeah, it's the same reason I essentially, so Nick was like about to buy Boulder's Gate for me, right? He's gonna buy it for David, or he did what he did, and he's gonna buy it for me because he just wanted us to play. And we
Yeah.
left a casino, like we're at the casino. I'm like, he goes, "What if I buy the game?" I go, "Listen, bro, if I go home and it's in my Steam library, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Maybe I play, maybe then I have to play." And he's like, "That's all I had to hear." And then like the next day, he hadn't bought it yet, and Dave was like telling me like how many gigs it is. I was like, "Oh god, dude, it's gonna take for fucking ever to install all my shit. Like, it's gonna take too long." And then I'm like, yeah, I just texted Nick. I'm like, it's not even worth it, bro. It's gonna take forever for me to install. By the time it does install, like, I don't even know if I'm gonna really want to even do this. Don't worry about it. It's kind of where I am with Dragonflight with WoW, where I have it pinned on my Blizzard thing, my active Battle.net, and I will routinely check in on like a sale because I just want to see. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
if for some reason there's a sale on the expansion, I'm all in. Because I
Well, you just
literally.
missed the sale. It was
Oh.
just $20.
Oh, you son of a bitch, Joey.
I wait till Black Friday.
Yeah, it's true. I can
Black
wait.
Friday there'll be another one.
I could wait. I could wait. I could play Super Mario Wonder on my Switch while I got Dragonflight opened up. It's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be a great time.
Oh, and if you want to get real nerdy, throw old school
RuneScape,
RuneScape at the same
woo!
time and really fucking get into gaming.
Like right on my iPad right here, just like put it right here and be like, yeah, baby.
Honestly, I do. I got one monitor for RuneScape, one monitor for the main game, and playing. I mean, I don't play anything on my phone, but if I did, I would.
If I did, I would. Oh man. All right. Is that anything else there, Joey?
No, I think that's enough nerd talk.
All right, cool. Thank you for listening to the Big J and BB Show. As always, find the show on podcast platforms such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, more. Just search Amalgamation Nation. You'll find the Big J and BB Show episodes right in there as well. Also, youtube.com/AMNationPod. Hit the sub and the follow button there too. These episodes will go on there as well. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, all that good stuff. It's at AMNationPod. Hit the follow button on all of those. Twitch.tv/UndeadBlackBull is where you find David. Give him a follow and a sub. If you have Amazon Prime, you do get a free Twitch game sub a month. So give it to Undead Black Bull. But of course, the Epic Games Creator Code, another great way for you to help the show, support the show. No extra cost to you. Just use AM Nation Pod as your content creator code. So whether you're buying stuff on Fortnite, you're on Rocket League, you're on the Epic Game Store, no extra cost to you. It helps support the show by using that code. So go on and get it done. Until next time, you stay breezy.